first round of Slaton Showdown 6 is live, and here you have it. And surprise, surprise, there are Pams everywhere on the board right now. I feel like I have only seen Pams so far. This is absolutely insane. 10 players. Is it 10 Pams? I played a game once where there were 8 of 10 were Shellys, and that was a random game, so we'll see if that holds up here. We do have one non-Pam so far, Rue to B, going with a Shelly. So it's Pams everywhere. And one Pam down. Hellrat goes out to Keenan, and Keenan now doing his best on the outsider. Corey trapped between Logix and someone else. I cannot see who it is up top. Corey in a lot of trouble here trying to stay alive and does barely survive for the moment. We'll see if Corey... No, Zach takes out Corey. And so, we do have a Barley in here as well. Carlos with a very interesting choice to go with a Barley on this very open map, but so far staying alive into our top 7 right now. So everyone here is getting points for round number 1. And it is a Pam fest here. It's a Pam convention. This is absolutely insane. Only one non-Pam on the board right now, and that is Carlos. How long can he survive? And right now it looks like the beefiest Pam is Mateus, who takes out Carlos. So, look, I'll tell you guys, I'll make one prediction. A Pam will take first place in this round, and second, and third, and fourth, and fifth and sixth. So, if you think Pam doesn't need a nerf, look at what's happening right now. This round could take a very long time because of all the healing available. People are going to get very close, I think, before anyone starts dying here. It really depends on just who starts to pinch whom. Luis and Wolfgang just taking pot shots at each other. And Logix goes out. So now we're down to our top 4. Luis, Zach, Mateus, and Wolfgang. Zach and Mateus going head-to-head at the top. Wolfgang and Luis at the bottom. And Wolfgang does take Luis out. Can Wolfgang get enough health to stay alive? And he does. Wolfgang and Zach. Zach at 7. Wolfgang goes down. And Mateus at 7. Mateus taking the win here in our first round of the finals. Very nice work. Mateus continuing to show absolute dominance here in Slaton Showdown 6. Let's get our scores. There you have it, the scores after one round. And we are ready for round number 2, so let's go ahead and get round number 2 kicked off. All right, here we go. Round number 2 of our finals beginning, getting our spectate mode up, and currently Mateus in our first place spot, Wolfgang in our second place spot, and Zach in third. So everyone here pretty familiar with the Slaton Showdown. And this time, you can see a lot more throwers here and a lot fewer Pams. That's what the map does. Oh, there's a Pam. Wasn't going to be long before we saw him. I might see a second Pam up top as well. Yeah, so Hellrat and Mateus going with Pam. Luis taking Logix out, so Anita off the board. Dynamite, a traditional choice for this map, paying off well early on for Luis. And Corey going Barley. I always respect someone who goes Barley in solo showdown. Definitely can be great in the right hands. Mateus goes down. A Pam is out. Our leader getting 0 points in round number 2. Keenan and Corey, 2 pros going head to head. Corey right now trying to stay alive down at 397. Will escape though and stay alive. So nice moves by the pro player from Nova. But Corey gets taken out by Wolfgang with the long penny shot, and Hellrat goes down. So this finals is already crazy and going off. It's completely been unpredictable so far. You thought Mateus winning again. Big shocker here, but Mateus out early. And now Wolfgang is pinched between Luis and Keenan, but does a nice move as that penny to move towards the top. And now it's Luis who's pinched. Zach making that barrel-to-barrel play. Down to our top 4 here. Wolfgang, Keenan, Zach, who is our 4th player, currently staying out of danger. And it is HBK Carlos. So very tight here at the top. HBK Carlos trying to stay out of it. Only at 1 cube, so a smart move right now, but now he's trapped. If anyone realizes he's there in the middle, that could be it for the player as the Nita. Keenan also playing Nita, and now starting to pressure Carlos. Carlos in a lot of trouble here. Everyone knows he's stuck in the middle. Wolfgang, Zach, Keenan also in trouble though. Don't forget that Keenan is trapped in the corner right now, but a nice play of the super using his bear to push Carlos towards the middle. Remember, second and third get the same number of places, same number of points. So Keenan needs to take out Zach or Wolfgang to try to move to get 3 or 5 points here. Zach now probably in the worst position, trying to push on Wolfgang. Wolfgang gets his super down, distracts a bit, but Keenan seems to be the one getting out and the best at the moment, and Keenan now with the need of pushing, and Keenan takes out Wolfgang. The opportunistic play by last week's champion gets him some more 5 points. Fantastic work by Keenan. An unbelievable performance there. Looked like he was in a lot of trouble, but then was able to pull it out and let his opponents get themselves in trouble. 2 rounds down, let's go to our scores. There we have it, our next set of scores, and it is Wolfgang in the lead, tied at the moment, but we are gonna get into our 3rd round. And here we are in round number 3. And it is crazy right now with Wolfgang, Keenan, and Mateus in our 1st, 2nd, and 3rd something, and HBK Carlos going out to, and look at this, it's bows and Pams all over the place. A very open map here, and Ruda B going with a very interesting choice here with the bull. You know, I think that Ruda doesn't have access to a lot of brawlers, so that's a bit just, and look, I mean, this is a Pam fest. I might have to rotate the maps a bit for next week just so we're not having all Pams in the finals. Keenan going with Spike, though. I do like that choice. A little bit off choice here. No Colts to be noticed here. So no one choosing to go with Colt. The spread that Pam and Bo create make a lot of trouble for Colt. And Wolfgang, your current leader, goes out with no points in the 3rd round. And Ruda B should have stayed in the grass if he could, got pushed out and away. And we are back to Pam Central, Pams and Bows. Keenan, the only brawler that's not playing one of those two, still in the mix. Everyone getting points at this stage in round number 3. Luis as a bow, chipping away at Keenan, but Zach takes Luis out, does Keenan a huge favor. So Keenan holding on to his super right now. Corey, Hellrat, and Logix in a little dance up near the top. Hellrat choosing to turtle up a little bit here with the super, with those mines down. Keenan and Zach going face-to-face with each other at the bottom. I'm seeing 5 of our 6, not seeing the 6th right now. Hellrat, a little bit of trouble there, and Hellrat goes down. Logix with a great placement of a super. Mateus just camping right now, hiding out, and now forced to push. At the moment, Logix goes down to Corey, so it's 3 Pams and a Spike. Zach goes down to Keenan. So it's 2 Pams and a Spike. 3 pro players, Keenan, Mateus, and Corey, who will come out on top with 5 points here in the 3rd round and take a big, big step towards the winner in our championship. And it is Corey taking out Keenan. Corey and Mateus, 2 Pams. Mateus at 4 cubes, Corey at 5 cubes, but that does not necessarily mean Mateus is out, but Mateus is being forced away from his super. He does rotate up top, gets his healing totem down again, but Corey currently sitting pretty right now. Can he push Mateus all the way down? And Corey does get Mateus out. Fantastic performance, unbelievable work. Guys, the level of play here continues to get better every week. I cannot wait until we get to the full pro invitational. You can see even now, with a mixture of talented amateurs and high-level pros, the gameplay is just absolutely insane. So we'll get our scores here in just a moment. 3 rounds down in the Slaton Showdown 6. And let's go ahead and take a look at our scores after 3 rounds. And Mateus still in 1st place, but close on his heels right now is last week's champion Keenan at 8 points. Zach in 3rd place, so 2 of our top 3 from last week currently in the top 2 places. Mateus, though, has been doing great so far. Wolfgang right on their heels. We are moving into our next round here, round number 4. And it still is so tight. Ruda B with a couple of wins. Remember, we go 6 rounds here in the finals rather than 5. So Ruda B is not out of contention, even down at 1 point right now. You know, has made some tough brawler choices. I'm guessing it's because of a limited brawler selection at this stage. So that is challenging for him, but we will see if he can get things back and going. Round number 4 on its way. And things are starting to shape up pretty nicely here in our finals. So let's get round number 4 up and live. Here we go. And Zach going with Crow. So we're seeing a little bit of a switch here from the meta, and it's a Pam fest. It's a Pam fest. Someone please nerf a Pam out there. It might be, you know what, we might have to, next week we might have to ban Pam and put in Leon and see how that goes, if that changes things up, because this has been Pam City all day. 10 brawlers still live right now. No one has gotten the kill. Guys, if you're in the chat and still watching, go ahead and vote. Do you think we should keep, for next week, should we have no bans? Should we continue with the Leon ban, or should we change it to a Pam ban? Go ahead and vote in chat if you want, and you can help decide how the future of this tournament might go. Zach in trouble, down to 303. Keenan trying to pressure with the penny. Zach with some great dodges, and that's the power of a Crow. So mobile, so versatile. He might be squishy, but he's good at getting out of the way. But does Zach know the kind of trouble that he might be in? And it's a lot here. We still have 10 brawlers. This is so frustrating for a player. And Zach goes down to Keenan with a nice opportunistic shot from the penny. Corey and Luis at the bottom, facing off. Luis with more cubes, but Corey with a little bit more health right now. And Corey takes out his health totem. Very smart move there by the pro. Hellrat stuck in the corner, but pushing Ruta B away, and Ruta B in a lot of trouble here. This could be it for our player, and Hellrat goes down. Mateus, though, takes out Ruta B down to our top 7. Everyone getting points here, and Corey finally takes out Luis. Wolfgang and Logic's up top, but they are getting harassed by Keenan's mortar, and Wolfgang takes Logic's out. Corey now pushing up down to our top 3 here. Keenan, Wolfgang, and HBK Carlos. And Keenan really showing why he's such a talented player, why we were so surprised he struggled in the qualifiers in his heat. But right now, Corey and HBK Carlos, you know, both of them in a good position. Keenan with a little bit less HP. So, or no, not now at the moment, not after Carlos took that damage. One of them really has to want to go and put some damage on that mortar so it stops putting them in trouble. And Carlos chooses to go for the points rather than the win. So it's going to be Keenan with back-to-back wins here in the finals. Yeah, people are saying Pam ban, Leon unban. I might have to go with that one, guys. And Keenan, though, here we have it. It might be a Pam-friendly map, but that was not a Pam-friendly finish. It is Penny taking the victory here in round number 2 instead. Our scores for round number 4 are in, and you can see taking first place was Keenan, and that moves him into first overall here in the finals. So, you know, it's been a crazy day, and it's wild that we're here, but not letting the opportunity slip away from him. Keenan here getting himself into first place. Mateus dropping into second place. Wolfgang, though, holding on to third right now. Corey, Zach, and HBK Carlos nipping on his heels. Ruta B falling further out of contention. Hellrat in trouble as well. But again, we have 2 rounds left. Logix could still steal this with a couple of big wins. There's definitely opportunities here for people to get into the money. So we will see what happens. But the difference between 7th place and 3rd place, or even 2nd place right now, is not very much. So we will see what happens as we get into our 5th and 6th round of our finals. All right, we are about to move into our 5th round. One more round following this one. Of course, the scores are very tight, and here we go. 10 brawlers alive. It's a fairly open map. Not as open as the other ones before, though, so you see some variation here. Carlos going with Shelly, Logix going with Bo, Corey going back to his Spike. Have not seen a Pam yet. Does not mean there is no Pam. So we'll find out in a minute once we move off of this Logix and Corey battle. Keenan. So it's now it's a big bow fest this time around. We see a few bows. We see a few Shellys. Very interesting shift. Still 10 alive, and we see a couple of spikes as well. So very interesting shift in the meta for this 5th round. People choosing not to go with Pam. A little bit tighter quarters here might be part of the reasoning behind that one. Still 10 alive. And this is the level of play right now. No one making a big mistake. Everyone's staying alive. People are still pressing, but they're not pressing so much that they're getting themselves in trouble. I like the defensive use of the super from Corey. So very, very nice work there. Luis and Mateus both just trying to control the center and wait and hope someone wanders into their places. Both of them also seem to have their super up as well, I think. Carlos in trouble, trapped between Logix and Wolfgang. He's going to get too close here. Mateus is going to take Carlos out right now, and there you have it. Mateus does take Carlos. Carlos is our first one down. The Heartbreak Kid goes out first. Ruda B, look at that, he has a spike. So interesting that he's been going with Bull in some very strange choices. A lot of spikes here. The first time I've seen 3 spikes on the board. So it's all spikes, bows, and Shellys here in round number 5. Mateus back to his super once more, but Spike is a frustrating brawler to go up against when you're Shelly. I know from experience. Wolfgang taking Logix out. Hellrat pushing towards Ruda B. Ruda B does go down. Will Luis survive? Luis in a lot of trouble here, down to 723, and Hellrat takes Luis off the board. Now down to our top 4. Mateus could be in trouble. Does avoid the bomb, so Mateus now trying to recover some health, but exposes himself, and there you go. Hellrat and Wolfgang both throw damage. Hellrat, Wolfgang, and Keenan, our 3 finalists. Now again, this is a big thing. Remember, you can see who's who and what the scoreboards are, and so this is interesting points. Will some of these players start targeting? And there you had Wolfgang targets Keenan. Keenan goes down, and that was the big question I had, was will people start targeting players because they know where they are in the leaderboard and try to create opportunities for themselves to move up? That's part of why I don't want to have question marks up, so that players can go, hey, oh, I want that person out of the way so I can target them and try to move my way up. And there you have our scoreboard for after 5 rounds. As we move into our 6th and final round, Keenan is in first place, Mateus in second, and Wolfgang in third. Still, third place has a lot of possibilities. Again, there are tiebreaker rules available on the Discord if you want to see how those rules work out. But if people are really looking for to move this thing on, what they really want is Keenan to go out first and Mateus to get the win. Otherwise, Keenan's going to take the victory here one more time. And we are getting into our 6th and final round of the Slaton Showdown 6. Action coming your way in just one moment here. And there we have it. And shocker, shocker, we're seeing Pams and we're seeing bows. So we will definitely be seeing some switches and bands and maps for next week. People really seeing the power here. And Keenan does go out first, so that really opens the door here. If Mateus takes a victory, he will go to a bonus round. So that's the big question here, is can Mateus take first? That would be absolutely wild. If Mateus takes first, everything changes here. We will go to a bonus round, which will be absolutely wild, which will really open the doors for a lot of people. So right now, this is absolutely insane. And HBK Carlos takes out Zach. So Carlos going back to a bull and doing a good job with it so far. I haven't seen Mateus yet. I wonder if he is familiar with that aspect of the rules. And HBK Carlos, I saw some spinning there. I don't know what that was. I'd have to go review what happened there. Because was Carlos inside the? Was he visible to other players or not visible? You know, if chat can weigh in, was that meant to be a competitive move? If Carlos doesn't place in the top 3, it's not really much of a competitive issue either way, but I didn't have a chance to look and review what actually occurred there. Ruda takes Mateus out, so this will be our final round. That secures the #1 spot for Keenan, but still a lot to be decided about our numbers 2 and 3 spots. Who will take those? Who will walk away with cash and who will not? Carlos taken out by Ruda B, so whether he was spinning or not, irrelevant, because Carlos no longer in the running for one of our top 3 spots here. Wolfgang and Corey. Wolfgang wants to make a name for himself against the pro. Wolfgang goes down to Corey. Ruda B is trying to stay alive here, dodging against Logix. Ruda B at 7, Logix at 2, but Ruda B at 2251 needs to find a way to get some health back up. Will he be able to? And just pushes a little bit too hard, so now it's Ruda B out. It's Logix versus Corey. Logix versus Corey, Bo versus Pam. That's been the story of the entire day. And looks like Corey in a really good position here. One more shot should do it, and that is it. Corey takes the win in the 6th and final round. So this has been an absolutely wild day. I'm very excited to see how our scores do play out in the end. Guys, you ready to see the final scores for the Slaton Showdown 6, and there you have it, your champion for back-to-back weeks after a crazy day. It is Keenan, but the big story here with a first place finish in the final round, it is Corey moving into that silver medal spot, and then Wolfgang moving into the third place. Now we do have a tie between Mateus and Wolfgang in that third place spot. So let me go ahead and take a look at the rules here to be sure exactly what my ruling is supposed to be as far as that goes. I don't know if I'm really hoping that I had made a scoring rule when it comes to so the fairest thing off the ruling would be for Wolfgang and Mateus to split the third place winning of $4, but because I have not clarified the rules, I'm going to go ahead and award a third place finish to both Wolfgang and Mateus. So there you have it. Wolfgang and Mateus will both walk away with the third place winnings. Keenan, your first place winner, once again our champion in back-to-back weeks. It's been a crazy day, guys. I know we've been up and down all over the place. Thank you so much for putting up with me and putting up with what the show has been today. Thanks to everyone for playing, and of course we'll work out more kinks. We'll make this bigger and better, bring you guys bigger prizes, and this has been a lot of fun for me today. I gotta sign off. I've already gone 10 minutes over time today, so I am out of here. That's it for Slaton Showdown 6. Remember, Slaton Showdown 6 was this week. Next week, Slaton Showdown 7. Thursday, the 28th, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And then, of course, this Saturday, we're going to have Battleground Weekly 6 for you Clash Royale people to see pros getting ready to go off for CRL. This is their big warm-up. That's it for Slaton Showdown 6, guys. I will see you on Saturday. Thanks for playing.